right, welcome to PE class. We are going to get started with our warm-up. Let's get our invisible jump rope out. All right, I have mine in my hand right now. We're just going to go forward first. So I can do one forward. Ready? Go. Here we go. Nice and easy. Get our body ready for activity. Good job. Keep it going. You don't have to jump very high. Just enough for that little rope, invisible rope, to get underneath your feet. And let's go in reverse. Good job. And let's go back to forward. And let's do some big jumps. Rest. Okay, so for our next warm-up, getting our bodies ready to move, we're going to do some high knees. So get your hands out to about your chest level. We're going to try and bring our knees up to our chest. We can start off slow like this. We're going to pick up the pace in just a second. Make sure when we do pick up the pace, you're still bringing your knees up this high. All right, ready? We're going to pick up the pace. Right now, 3, 2, 1. All right. This is a bump. Having a little coordination trouble there. Keep them up high. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And good job. Okay. Now we're going to do some lateral jumps. We're going to go side to side. Keep your feet together for this. Okay. Be light on your feet, try and go quick, don't land flat-footed on your whole foot, okay? So side to side. Good job. Side to side, keep those feet together. Hands can be on your hips. Kind of feels like little ski hops. You can have your hands on your ski poles. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, shake it out. Shake it out. All right, we're going to do some scissor hops. Scissor hops. One foot's forward, one foot's back. All right, go ahead and start your scissor hops. Again, you can move your arms for this. You can keep them on your hips. Put them out wide. Getting nice and warmed up here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Shake it out. Shake it out. Okay, let's do some stretches. We'll do some arm circles forward. Small. Medium. And big. Good job. Let's go backwards. Small. Medium. Big. Job. Let's do a back stretch or stretch. You want to pull on that elbow with your hand. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's switch. Go up here. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's straddle our feet. Put our feet wide apart. Arms out. We're going to do the windmill stretch. So we're going to down the opposite foot. Back up. Opposite foot, down and up. 3, 2, 1. All right, very good. Let's end it with some strengtheners for our abdominal muscles, our stomach muscles, some spaghetti and meatballs. So lay down, flat, like a spaghetti, and meatball. Come up and hug your legs. Spaghetti, meatball, spaghetti, meatball, spaghetti, meatball, spaghetti, meatball. Let's do one more. Spaghetti, meatball. All right, we are warmed up and ready for our activity.
Okay, get ready for today's activities. They involve striking. We're going to be striking with an implement, maybe a paddle, possibly our hand, but we're going to give you a couple different options. But the first thing we need are some paper balls, all crumbled up. This is like 2 or 3 sheets, so you might want to use 1, 2, or 3 sheets to make it whatever size you want. So I would like you to make 3 different paper balls today though. So have those paper balls ready. If you haven't made them already, start crumbling right now. Another thing you're going to need, we're going to have a lot of fun with this, is a plastic bag, a very light bag. Some of you have scarves that might work, that we used for another activity we did previously, but the best thing is a very light plastic, like Wegmans type bag. Now we have to talk about our paddles, or what we're going to strike with. Now I happen to have a paddle. If you have one at home, that's great. You can use that paddle, maybe a ping pong paddle, maybe your parents play a little racquetball and you have a little paddle, or pickleball. But if you don't have a paddle, that's okay. We have some other things that will work. So for a paddle, you could use a book. I'm sure everybody has some sort of book or magazine that you can hold with one hand to strike with. So something flat and has a little area that you can strike a paper ball with. The other thing we'd like you to have is, you could also use as a paddle, is a paper plate. But if you have that paper plate, there's a couple different ways we're going to use it today. It might be as a paddle, it might be as for our fun activity at the very end that I don't want to tell you about just yet, but you're going to love it. So if you have a paper plate or a magazine, that would work for that also. So here's some striking things. If you can't really find a book or a paper plate, you could use your hand, but you might have some difficulty with some of these things. We really want you to use an item to strike with. Now we need some targets, or a target. You can use a bucket, you can use a box, you can use a garbage can, or maybe a laundry basket. You really only need one of these though, you don't need all 4. Just one thing that would work as a target. So get ready for your first activity using all these awesome at-home items.
All right, boys and girls, let's get started with our first activity. We're going to kind of warm up to the first activity by using some of this equipment Mr. Solomon just talked about. I'm going to start off with a paddle. So if you have a paddle, you can do that. Again, you can use the book if you don't have a paddle, or a few paper plates stuck together like that. All right, you're only going to need 1 of your paper balls right now. And the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to balance the paper ball on your paddle. Actually, let's talk about how we're going to hold the paddle. If you have a paddle, you want to keep it flat like a pancake. And if you're going to hold the paddle, you want to grip it like you're giving the paddle a handshake. So this is how you give someone a handshake. That's how you're going to grip it. And then you're going to turn it so that your knuckles are down and the paddle is flat. All right. So starting off, I have the paddle in my hand, and I can balance on 1 foot while I'm keeping the paddle flat, keeping the paper ball balanced on. Now I can switch feet. All right, very good. Staying focused on keeping the paddle flat. Very good, and you can put your foot down. And just try moving your hand in different kind of movements. So you can kind of go in this circular movement. Ooh, my ball's moving. Try to keep it balanced, that's okay. All right. And then maybe go the opposite way. You can go keep it balanced. Go side to side like this. Up and down. Can you bring it behind your, oh boy, this is moving a lot, this is good. Focus right here. Can you bring it behind your body like this? Bring it back in front. Can you twist it all the way to the other side? Oh, and I dropped, that's okay. I'm just gonna pick it right back up and start again. I got one more that I'd like you to try. So we did that balancing on 1 foot. Can you bring the paddle under your leg? Oop, I did. All right, now the other leg. Oh, I fell. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so let's try walking now. We're gonna walk in a small space. I'm gonna walk, I have this yellow X on our gym floor, so I'm just gonna kind of walk around my yellow X. Keeping the paddle nice and flat, making sure the paper ball doesn't move. Go in the other direction. Good. All right. Now we can try to gallop. So we have a lead foot, we got a front foot, and we're just going to follow that foot as we gallop in our space, keeping the paddle flat. And I lost my paper ball, that's okay. Now can you switch feet? I had my right leg up. Now I'm going to have my left leg up and I'm going to gallop again. My left leg's my lead foot and I'm just going to follow it. Balancing the paper on my paddle. Very good. Now we'll try a skip. All right, so we're going to take a hop, step, hop, step, hop, step, hop, step, hop, step, hop, step. Very good. All right, let's try just that hop. Let's go 4 hops on one foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and it fell. I'm gonna go off camera here for a second. Go get my ball. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Maybe I didn't even leave. Now we're gonna hop on the other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the while you're keeping the paper ball balanced on your paddle. I'm actually going to go with the book now for a little while. Some of you might not have a paddle, so I want you to feel included and supported. I'm going to use the book now as well. So we did some hopping, some skipping, some galloping. Now we're going to stand still and we're going to try to work on some eye-hand or hand-eye coordination with the paddle or our book, helping us catch the paper ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to toss it with our hand and catch it with the paddle or the book, whatever you're using as your paddle. You're going to catch it with both your hand and the book. So I'm going to toss it with my hand over my head, not too high, maybe just over my forehead. So something like this. And I'm going to catch it with both the book and my hand, kind of like you're wearing a baseball mitt and you're catching it with your baseball mitt. Just like that. Not too high. If it goes too high and you got to move around, it's a little more difficult. Try to just put it right over your head. Good. You're squeezing your hand and your book or the paddle together just like that. Very good. All right. Let's do a toss with our hand and just a catch with the paddle or our book. Okay. Toss it with my hand and try to catch it with the book. I did that. I had to move my hand a little bit. Even once the paper ball hit the book, I still had to move my hand around until it stayed balanced. So be ready to do that. All right, did it again. Ooh, how many in a row can you get? That one fell. Try it one more time. How many in a row can you get tossing with your hand and catching with your paddle or your book? Very good. Okay, let's do a toss with the paddle and a catch with the paddle. All right, so I'm using the book as my paddle. Toss and catch, just like that. Toss and catch. I'm keeping the book flat the whole time, flat as possible. If I turn it, it's going to bounce right off. It's going to slide right off. You want to keep the book or the paddle as flat as possible. And you want to have it, don't have the book be hard. Don't be trying to hit the ball right when the ball comes down. You want to try to have a soft landing. So when you toss the paddle up, be ready to bring the paddle down a little bit as you're catching with it. Okay, good job with that. All right, now I'm going to toss it with my book, and then I'm going to flip the book and try to catch it on the other side, or flip your paddle and catch it on the other side. So here's the toss, flip, and ooh, that one's a little hard. My fingers, especially on the book, are taking away some of my landing area. So this one, you're gonna have to be really focused on. In the book, it bends a little bit more, so it's not as flat when you flip it over. So to try really hard to keep it flat. All right? I think I'm gonna get it. Not gonna give up. Oh, so close. Hey, I got it. I had to really change my hand a little bit and really work hard on keeping the book flat. But now that I have it on this side, I'm gonna toss it up and then flip it back to the regular side and try to catch it. Oh, okay, so there you have those challenges. And we'll do one more. I'm gonna go back to the paddle, okay? And you might be using a ping pong paddle like Mr. Solomon said, a pickleball paddle. Any paddle is good. All right, so I'm gonna toss it now with the paddle and catch it with my hand. Again, you don't want a very big toss, just a little bit above your head. Okay, working on that hand-eye paddle and hand-eye coordination. Very good. You guys did great with those first few challenges. Mr. Solomon's gonna come up with a couple more like that, and then a fun activity.
Okay, our next striking and paddle and paper ball challenge is this. I know this is the last one we did with Mr. LeBeau. We're gonna start with the same one, but it gets harder. So set it on your paddle, toss it with your paddle, try to catch it with one hand. Toss, catch it maybe that way. Catch it any way you want right now for this challenge, because it's going to get a little harder. Maybe you catch it with hand and paddle, maybe you catch it with just a hand. Level 2, guess what? 2 of the paper balls at once. Okay, toss 2, catch 2, however you can. Toss them up, whoa, I got them both. All right, if you didn't, that's okay, just try again. I'm gonna try that one more time, try it a few more times. Toss 2, catch 2, got them both. Catch them any way you want for this challenge. Toss 2, catch 2. Toss 2, oh, I caught one, I didn't catch the other one. But guess what our next level is? Oh boy. 3. All 3 paper balls on your paddle or your book or your paper plate. Toss 3, catch 3. See how many points you can get. How many of the 3 that you can catch. Maybe you catch 1, 2, or maybe even all 3. Here we go. Toss 3, catch 3. Got them all, wow. I'm getting lucky, I think. They're falling right in my hands. It's not always that easy. Toss 3, catch. Oh, I caught 2 out of 3. So you can catch it with your hands, your paddle, your body, anything you want to try to catch all 3. We'll try this a couple more times. Balance all 3 on there. Toss 3, catch 2 out of 3. Not bad. See if you can catch all 3. This is a fun one. I could do this one all day. Toss 3. Oh, I got one that time. All right. So, fun challenge. All right. Okay. So we've tried that a few times. Now I want you to take just one ball for our next activity, and probably somewhere on your paper ball you can find a little piece that's sticking off, and we're going to call that a tail. So hold on to that little tail on the paper ball, okay? And looks like this, you can see it, all right? And we're going to hold that ball out in front of us about as high as our belly button. And then I want you to take your paddle or your book or your paper plate and line it up underneath it. And then I want you to bring it back and line it up again underneath it. Just do this with me a few times. Watch your paddle hit the ball. So I'm putting it right there. Now I want you to just keep it in your hand, but tap it a few times. Just swing back, tap it, swing back, tap it. I'm not hitting it in the air yet, just getting ready to do that, okay? Now I think I'm ready to strike it. I'm not gonna throw the ball in the air to strike it. I'm not gonna drop it. I'm gonna hit it right out of my hand. So I hit it, as soon as I hit it, then I let go with this hand, and that ball should fly straight up. Try to pop it straight up in the air. So I'm underneath the ball, pop it up, and then we catch it any way we want, with one hand, with the paddle and the hand, either one is fine. So hold it here, we are striking it and catching it. Pop it up, catch it. This is a fun one. Pop it up, catch it. Good. It's going a little higher than my head. Hopefully it's not hitting the ceiling or any lights or chandeliers that are up in the air. All right. Pop it, catch it. Good. That's a really fun one. So try that a few more times. Okay. Pop it, catch it. Here's our next one. Get ready for this one. This one, we're going to start it the same way. but instead of catching it, I'm gonna try to do continuous. That means how many times in a row can I strike it with my paddle? So here we go, pop it up, don't catch it this time, strike it again. 3, 4, 5, oh, you know why it went that way? I angled the paddle and it went sideways. So, I'm gonna get that ball again, start holding it on the tail, strike it up, continuous, see how many you can do. 5, 6, 7, this is my record, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, that's my new record. All right, try that a few times on your own. Start with it here, hold on to it, strike it. Look at that, there we go, not bad. See how many times in a row you can get it. My record was 11, maybe yours is 2, maybe it's 3. Try your best. Okay, our next thing we're gonna do, we only need one paper ball for this challenge. I have a basket, remember you can have a basket, a bucket, a box, a garbage can, any of those things that are gonna work as a target. And we're gonna be striking, so we're gonna need that tail again. And I'm gonna strike it right out of my hand. My side is to the target. You don't have to face it this way. I'm gonna actually turn sideways and strike it with this little underhand scoop, strike it right out of my hand, and I'm not gonna have to hit it very hard at all to get it into this one. So, first thing I'm gonna do is a scissor jump. So we're gonna do 1 scissor jump, or 2, switch, switch, there's our scissors. Now I'm going to bring it back, strike it. I made it in, so I get it, and now I have to take 1 step further back. If you make it, go a little further. If you missed it, stay at the same distance. Hold on to the ball, bring it back, strike. I missed that one, so I'm gonna get my ball. I almost forgot my scissor jumps. Scissor, scissor, and now get ready to strike again. Same distance because I missed it. Made it that time. Get your ball. I get to go a little further. Don't forget your scissors. Switch, switch. Now I'm ready. Striking from that distance. Oh, it made it in. I'm gonna get it. What do I have to do now? 2 scissors. Switch, switch. There's my scissors. Side to the target. Hold the tail. Bring it back. Strike. And I made it. Okay. So I've done it at about 3 different distances. We're gonna give you a little time to try that activity right now. Have fun.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're back with our next activity. For this one, you're gonna want your paper plates. If you have paper plates, your book is okay, the paddle is okay as well. Plastic bag, scarf is okay too, but I'm gonna be using the plastic bag, and I have my laundry basket here as my target. If you got a bucket or a garbage can, that's okay too. I'm gonna take a couple steps in this direction. I know today we've been focused on striking. We're not gonna be striking in this activity. We're gonna be using our equipment as a fan, and this is just a fun activity to end on today. So my plastic bag, my goal is to use my paper plates as a fan, and I'm trying to get the plastic bag into the basket. So I'm, a good 5 or 6 big steps away from my target. And I'm going to try and toss my plastic bag high up in the air and fan it as quickly and as best as I can. I might use two hands, I might use one hand like this, if the bag might get low, and I might start using my hand in an underhand motion until I get it in the basket. If the bag falls down on the ground, it's okay. Pick it up and just start over from where you are. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna kind of talk through this one, and then on the next one, I'll try to go full speed. So you can see the bag doesn't always want to move, but I never actually struck it and I got it in, okay? So if you do it quickly like that one, you're just gonna start it over because we're gonna give you some time, just like on the other challenges, to try and do this as many times as possible. All right, it fell. Get it up high. Don't strike it. I'm not actually hitting it. I'm using air and the fan. Oh, I just missed. Oh goodness, I'm right there. It still won't go in. Oh, so you can have fun. See if you can challenge. Yeah, we're gonna count that as in. That's on the lip. See if you can do that on your own. Maybe challenge someone in the house to that activity as well.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
All right, I hope you liked that fanning activity, the paper plate, the plastic bag, the basket. I hope it was all cooperating for you. I'm gonna give it one more try here.
Hey, Mr. Lemo, can I try that?
Well, yeah, sure.
Let me try. Here, let me go get my paper plate fan thingy, okay?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Let's
Well, I
see.
guess Mr. Solomon's gonna try the fanning activity now.
Okay.
It's gonna be pretty hard for him. I don't know how
What
he's
do you
gonna.
think?
Well,
What do you?
what?
Give me it. Let me see. Let's try this. You
All
said
right.
I can use a fan,
All
right?
right.
All right. Let's see if I can get that in there with my fan.
Oh my
almost.
gosh.
We'll try again.
Try again, Mr. Solomon.
So close.
I
Okay,
use plates.
one shot. Woo! Get it, get it.
Oh no!
Oh, almost. I want you to move it back a little bit. Okay, this is the one. See if I can get it in the basket. Here we go.
Give it a try.
Get it, get it, get it.
Oh!
Oh, so close. That is awesome. All right.
Mr. Solomon, nice fanning.
Thanks, thanks. Glad we're able to do that.
Hope you guys had fun today. We'll see you next time. I got a
We
fan
got
down too.
we got a fan more. Don't try this at home. Whoa, whoa, look at that go. Wow, that's fantastic.